was a time in America when being a strong man or woman was a novelty. While the value of fitness and exercise was recognized as important for a specific group, life for older Americans was viewed as a time to slow down, relax, and become inactive. However, today, research tells us that exercise should play an integral part in the lives of all Americans, particularly seniors. Yet, while conventional exercise is important for cardiovascular development, seniors need to maintain muscle mass as well. Clyde Dahl has broken 27 national powerlifting records and 3 world records. He has been a powerlifter for 41 years and a national champion for 5. As a Special Olympics coordinator, coach, and fitness consultant, Clyde has dedicated his life to helping others through the positive benefits of weight training. The most recent beneficiaries of his weight training programs are America's seniors who are discovering the benefits of weight training through Clyde's Golden Fitness Connection.
Hi folks, welcome to the Golden Fitness Connection. My name's Clyde Dahl. Congratulations on taking this step towards improving the quality of your life. Milo was a teenager who lived in ancient Greece, and he wanted to become strong.
I wish I were a big, strong Olympic champion.
His father suggested that he lift a young bull every day for a year, and Milo did. Every day, regardless of how the weather was or how Milo felt, he was out there lifting that young bull. And every day, that bull got a little bit bigger, and so did Milo. So when you finish your exercises, be sure to mark down how many repetitions you do and how much weight you use, so that the next time you play this video, you'll know how you've improved just like Milo did. Over the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to go through some stretching and some progressive resistance exercises that will put vitality back into your life. We'll start with stretches and warm-ups. Then we'll do the exercises. If you like to stick around after you finish, at the end of the video, you'll hear from some truly remarkable people who have benefited from the program and some health professionals who will tell you why progressive resistance exercises or weightlifting is good for you. Okay, you ready to get started? All you need is a straight back chair, a little space, and some weights. For the weights, why don't you come with me to the kitchen? Here's a super idea. Let's go to your cupboard and see if we can find some soup. This is a can of soup that weighs 1 pound, approximately. Well, we can do our exercises with this. Anything you can do with a weight. After this gets easy, get a larger can of soup. This can, 2 pounds. We can build on that. And in the privacy of your own kitchen, you can get a very good workout, and then afterwards, you can eat the evidence. Now, let's get started. All right, is everybody bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to get going on this? Let's start with some stretching. Remember, the best way to learn stretching is to watch your pet, your dog and your cat. When they get up, they stretch. So let's take a lesson from the dogs and the cats and do some growling and some stretching right here. Let's start by putting your hands on the chair. Hold on if you need it for your balance, and kick up to the side. Let's do 12 on one side and a dozen on the other side. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, right from the hip. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, here we go, the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great, isn't this great? This is better than sitting in your room listening to your arteries harden, isn't it? Let's get kicking. Let's be like we're Rockettes now and kick straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, other side. Here we go. Remember, hold on to the chair for balance. 1, 2, 3, high, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good, very good. Okay, now let's get our breath back. Hold on to the back of the chair. Stand about 2 feet back from the chair and just come up on your toes and then down. This is good for your calves, for your ankles, and for your feet. And it helps to give you stability whether you're standing or walking, and help keep you from falling. And it's also a good way to get your breath back, isn't it? Okay. Now another problem area that we have is the front of the legs, the quadriceps. To really loosen up the quadriceps, stand, hold on for balance, reach down, grab your ankle and pull it up like this. Okay, if you're having problems with that, you can do it this way in front. This is a little easier, but you keep pulling on that and it flushes your thigh muscles. And it's a very, very good one. Okay? Now the next thing we do is march in place or walk in place. The key to this is to hold on if you need it for the balance and get your legs as high as you can. If you don't need it for the balance, you can walk around, you can go see your friends, you can come back, you can do this 5 or 10 minutes at a time. It is good for your cardiovascular system. It helps with the old number 1 muscle up here. Keep going. Good, good, good. Okay, now the next exercise is to sit down. And I like to talk about your lungs as being nothing except 2 large bags that you have under your skin. And people have a habit of not using the full extent of the capacity of their lungs. And the same thing goes true, I'm afraid, to the capacity of the brain. People get by on about 10% of what they're capable of. Now, you really should exercise your lungs, and by doing that, take in great gulps of air. And you just reach out and pull it in. Pull it in and really push it out. Just like blowing your candles out on your birthday cake. Last time I had a birthday, they lit the candles and it set off the smoke alarms. Actually, I never worry about age at all. Age is just a relative thing. The only problem is I'm a lot older than most of my relatives. But that's a good one to clear the mind, get it ready for our next one, which is a little difficult. And if you've had problems with recent knee surgery, be very easy on this. And if you had hip replacement surgery, take it easy. But get your foot up on your knee. In this case, my left leg is up on my right knee. You push down with your hand till it actually, I don't like to use the word hurt, but glitches in your hip. You feel it right in your hip, and you hold it, you hold it, you hold it, and then you slowly relax it. And you should hold it for maybe a count of 15. Then it's time to do the other side. And you know what a glitch is when you get one in there. And don't be surprised if one side is tighter than the other. But this is a good way to loosen up. If you're in the habit, and you all should be, of walking, this is a good warm-up for walking. And it's a good warm-down for walking. It's about the best hip exercise, and it's very easy because it's a stretch. Okay? Now, how are we feeling? All bright-eyed? Ready to go? Let's take another lesson from the cat and do another really good stretch. Start with your right hand, put it out on your left leg, and you pull your knee and you look around over your left shoulder, and you actually look back there, and then you come forward. Okay? Now you go into this very easy, but very firmly till you get to the maximum amount, and then you go. Hold that for about 10 seconds, and then let it loose slowly, and then pull it back. There. Okay. Now let's try the other side. Take your left hand, put it on your right knee, and look over your right shoulder. Good. Pull. Pull. Very good. Okay. One more time. Okay. Breathe normally. Come back. And let's really give this one a yank. Okay, here we go. Pull. 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 Okay. That just takes your spinal column and loosens it all up. Loosens it up really, really good. Okay. People come to me and they say, Clyde, I can't work out because I have arthritis. And really, you probably have no use being in this class unless you have arthritis. And this is the place to go. Because even the coach has a little arthritis in his shoulder. But you get pains in the neck that aren't even related to you. Hope everybody got that one. Then you have lots of times dizziness, forgetfulness. It's because you don't get enough blood up through your back and up into your brain. The largest muscle you have in your body is called the trapezius, and it starts at your neck, it goes down over to your shoulders, down to the V of your back. And it's the largest muscle you have, and that gets stiff from over-exercise. We hope not today. It gets stuck from tension and really from inactivity. And many, many times when you have a stiff neck or a headache, it's because of tightness in this particular area. So to get really loose, and this is something that you should really do every day that you're alive, is to sit very straight in your chair, but relaxed, and then just try to touch your right ear on your right shoulder. And keep your head straight and up. Now you should feel this over here on the left side, right here. Okay, again, very slowly. We do this exercise about 8 times. First couple times you do it, you feel very stiff. Then you get that you can go over quite far. Okay, now let's do the left ear on the left shoulder. Again, you can do this 10, 12, 15 times at home, or you can do it 30 times. Can't do it too much. Okay. Next one, we get a chance to move a little bit. Priscilla had a great deal of difficulty. She couldn't turn to back out of her car, out of her driveway, without turning her whole body. Now she can, and it's mainly because of this exercise. You look straight ahead, and you turn and you see who's sneaking up on you. You look back over your shoulder. Again, don't do this quickly, but do it with a lot of strength. Look and back. Look back and front. And make sure your eyes are looking back that way too. It helps you to get an extra pull. This has another advantage of it, gets rid of turkey neck. Around Thanksgiving in Turkey, you won't want to get mistaken for a turkey. So you do this exercise and it fills this all up. Okay, now let's do the other side. Okay, that's great. Okay, 2 more. Not too fast now. You'll know you're going too fast if you get dizzy. This actually should make you feel very relaxed, particularly the next part, which you sit straight and you look directly up over your head. Relax your face, relax your mouth, even if your mouth comes open, and then let it fall down on your chest. And then up and down. And up and down. And this, if you're counting, you should be doing at least 16. That's 8 up and 8 down. 16 total reps. And here, if you're doing this correctly, you really ought to feel relaxed about 2 or 3 inches down your back. And they say 2 of the more important parts of your vertebrae are your axis and your atlas and your neck. What this does is keep them loosened and strong and straight. Okay, now the next one we'll have a little fun with. We all know the story about Pinocchio and how when he lied and was a bad boy, his nose grew. Well, just to pretend that you were Pinocchio and you told a lot of lies and your nose is about 2 feet long. And at the end of your nose, your wooden nose, you have a paintbrush and you want to make a great big circle right out there. Just reach out with your neck all the way around 365 degrees. Now, if you're doing this correctly, you ought to feel some crackling in the back of your neck. Now, don't do this fast. Okay, and we go back the other way. Okay, snap, crackle, and pop. And my God, you're not even eating Rice Krispies. Problem is, you don't want to do this and hear anything rattling up there. Because if you feel something rattling up there, that means you ain't got too many marbles. So we all want to keep the marbles, and we want to keep it going and make your neck stronger. So we'll be ready to go on to our next exercises. All right, now let's start working on that old arthritis in the shoulder. And I do mean old arthritis. I had a guy who wanted to get it, went to Arizona for his arthritis. Took him 50 years to get it, but it does sneak in on it. To overcome the pain and the problems of arthritis, we have alternate shoulder presses. And you get the weights up to here, and remember, here we count. We count these, and you do as many as you can. We mark it down, and then the next time we come in, you do as many as you can again. And you keep increasing. So let's start with the press up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, straight up, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now everybody mark down their exercise. how many you've done, and remember the next time we do it, we do more. Okay, that's great. Now that's an overall deltoid shoulder exercise. The next one is a little bit easier on your arthritis. Doesn't hurt nearly as much. You put the weights in front of your thighs and you raise it up to eye level. Up and down, up and down. Don't sway your body too much. Get it up to eye level. Guy said, my eyes are too low. Well, make sure you get it up that high. Hold it for a bit. About 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hey, we're back to do the deltoid exercises, the shoulder exercises. Now, the smallest part of your deltoid is the outer part. This is the problem that people get with arthritis. You do as much as you can, even if you have to start with soup cans. Before you're finished, by the end of the year, you'll be using cases of soup instead of soup cans. But we stand straight and we raise the weights with stiff arms, even with your shoulders, and then down. That's 1, 2. This is the smallest part of your deltoid. 3, 4. Good. Looking good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more. 12. Great. You only have to do a dozen next time. But try to do as many as you can. As soon as your family finds out you've been exercising, they'll come up and they'll say, Grandpa and Grandma, let's feel your muscle. And they want to feel your biceps. So let's start working on those biceps, getting them big and strong so we can impress the grandkids and the great-grandkids by doing alternate curls like this. Bicep curls, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You keep going on this. This is easy. This is fun. 12. Good. Here's 17, 18, 19, 20. These exercises, if you can do 20 repetitions without too much problem, it's time to raise the weight. And don't try to raise from 10 to 20, but try to go from 10 to 12. Or go from a small soup can, which is 1 pound, to a large soup can, which is 2 pounds. Now the next exercise we do is called the side bend. It's a very important part of your body because people tend to acquire a lot of extra weight along their sides. That's because you don't use that area. So again, when you do this exercise, be very careful that you only start with maybe 25 repetitions because you're not used to doing this, and you'll build up what's called lactic acid, and that will make you feel very stiff. And you'll be very angry at Clyde and Clyde's video if you get too stiff. Don't do too much today because there's always tomorrow. Okay? Now, to do this one, you stand with your feet pretty close together. Put your hand up behind your neck and then go off to one side. 1, 2, not so fast, this is a stretch. 3, 4, looking good. 5, 6, 7, and keep going. Okay, you keep this up, and when you're a beginner, you start with 25 and then add 5 per workout until you get all the way up to maybe 40, 50, 60 repetitions. This helps burn the fat off the what we call love handles, actually the external obliques. And it also works on your rectus abdominis, which is your full abdominal part. And many people our age do have problems with constipation. Believe me, you do this exercise, drink a lot of water, it'll take care of that problem in many cases. Okay? Now remember, if you're just starting, stop at 25. And you have to go over and do the other side for another 25. Remember, down and all the way over is 1, is 2. Keep it up. You're looking good. Don't be doing these very, very fast. It kind of gets tiring doing the same exercise. Have it stretch. You ought to really feel it at the side. It's for you, the side of your stomach and also the front of your stomach. The best all-round exercise, and you don't have to get down on the floor to do it. Slowly. And if you do this exercise consistently, in 3 months, you'll probably lose at least a belt size or 2. Okay, now everybody mark down their exercise. How many you've done, and remember the next time we do it, we do more. How are we feeling? Pretty good? All right. Another exercise that we do, again, it's part of the body that you don't usually use. It's the back of your arms. That's why you see too many women our age that don't walk around with sleeveless dresses on. Well, you don't use that part of your body very much, and that's called your tricep. To do this exercise, stand with the weight over your head and let it come back and rest on your neck, like this. The key part of this is to keep your elbow in close to your head. And you want to do this if you're starting off an exercise, use a weight that you can do maybe 15 times. Because again, this is an exercise that you don't usually do. And that's why you lose the elasticity of your muscle back there. It gets very flabby, but can get very sore. Now, after you've done 10 or 12 of those, have to go over, do the other side. Good. The sin of this is if you keep your elbow out here. Keep it in close, it really isolates the triceps. If you want to, you can hold the triceps in. I remember when I was in 4th grade, the teacher would come and write on the blackboard, and she'd just shake away. Well, she didn't have the benefits of the video to do tricep extensions. Many women who suffer from osteoporosis, and after menopause, it's probably one of the biggest problems in American health today. There's really $10 billion is lost every year to the over 1.5 million women who break their hips. And to build muscle, you use progressive resistance exercises, weightlifting, also to build tendon strength. And they've also found that you can build muscle density and bone density. And that's what this is all about, to work on the bone that gives you the most trouble, your spine. And this we call the bend over and up, because you bend over and you get back up again. It's easy to bend over, sometimes it's hard to get back up again. But you do it like this, you exhale, okay, stretch, and then come back up. Don't be in a hurry to come back up. Stretch, and come back up. And when you come back up, put your shoulders back, like you're in the Marine Corps, and you're in what we used to call a brace. Back. Now, the longest muscle you have in the body is called the erector muscle, and it goes from the small of your back all the way up above almost to your shoulders. And it's on each side of your spine, and it's designed to keep your body erect. And you see people walking around, particularly when they have many years on them, walking like this. That's because that muscle gets so tight and so stiff and so weak, it can't keep them standing upright. So this will work on that muscle, will work on your bone density. They found that this type of exercise done for a year will increase your muscle density by 1%. So it's really worth doing it. So get with the program, take it easy, and do the stretching, and then come back up. Okay. Remember to keep counting on these, because we have to mark it down at the end to see how your progress is. Okay, now let's work on our trapezius again. Remember, the largest muscle you have in your body starts the back of your neck, goes across your shoulders and down to your back. Very important muscle. Let's build a little bit of strength. We have a very novel way of doing this. I call it the I don't know exercise. What you do is you just shrug your shoulders and say, I don't know. You hold the weights in your hands. I don't know. Get them nice and tight. 3, 4, count these, because if you get up around 15, 16 reps the first time, that's enough, because this muscle can get very tired, and it's very big, and when it gets tired, it gets very sore. And you'll be calling me up and saying I couldn't put my glasses on when I woke up the next morning. So we take it easy. Get them up close to your ears and down. Try to touch your shoulders to your ears. I don't know, okay?
Gangway, for a man who's in a hurry. I got a great big date.
The real name of these is the shrugs, but I like kind of calling it the I don't know exercise. I don't know, okay? That should be about enough, all right? All right, now the next exercise we have is the upright rowing. And the upright rowing is the same thing as rowing a boat. You use the same muscles in the same way. It's your latissimus muscle and your trapezius muscle that we just worked on. What you do is you hold the weight in front of your body, keep them together, and bring them up underneath your chin and down. Keep your elbows up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And remember, if you're a beginner, stop at 15. This is a little difficult if you have arthritis, but do the best you can. I always say, bring them up to your chin. I told a rather overweight individual to pull them up under his chin, and he said, which one? So you just take your choice, pick out a chin, and bring it up, but keep your elbows up. Okay, now that gives a lot of muscle growth and stimulation to a very important part of your body, and I can assure you that if you've been having trouble with headaches, this will help alleviate it. Okay, the next exercise we have to sit down for. Okay, this is one where we don't have to remind ourselves to count. It's called the wrist curl. You start with your forearm resting on your leg with just your wrist out about 2 inches beyond your knees. Okay, then you just roll the weight down on your finger and open your hand. And this, believe it or not, is even good for your finger muscles. And we just do this until we get tired. Usually you can do 25 to 30 repetitions. And it's very hard to build this part of your body up because the muscles are so small and you have so much tendons. If you dissect your forearm, it would look like a turkey leg. You know how they look. Okay, you do this. This is good to overcome carpal tunnel syndrome, and it's very good for people that have arthritis in their finger. Keeps them more flexible. Now, don't let it run down too far or it'll come down and fall on your toe. Okay, when you get tired of doing that, bring it over, do the other side. The reason we do one hand at a time, you have plenty of time to do this exercise, is because you concentrate on what you're doing. You can even take your other hand and put over there and feel those muscles working. And this is a very important exercise to do to prevent osteoporosis, because many, many women, even more women that break their hips, break their wrist from osteoporosis. And this strengthens the bone in your wrist. And it's really great for people that have arthritis in their hands. Not only that, but I have a friend, Millie, who started these exercises, and she was in her kitchen one Christmas, and her son came in and said, "Mom, I'll open the can of pickles for you." She says, "No, I'll do that. I go to Clyde's class." So she opened that can of pickles, and she told me that was the first can of pickles that she opened in 5 years. So we'll just call this the Millie exercise. Okay, now that you got tired on that side, now the difficult part is to turn over, take your original hand, do it with your knuckles out. Now you'll find this a little bit more difficult. But again, you just do this as many times as you can. You'll start to get tired. And when you get tired, you go to the other hand. Don't have to count. Now when you finished, you ought to really feel strong in your hands and your fingers. That's because you've pumped blood in there. As Mr. Schwarzenegger would say, you are now pumped up. Okay, well, the next exercise we're going to do is the king of the exercises. It's called the squat. And if you go into a gym, you see all this beautiful, shiny equipment, and it's for the legs. And I've never met a woman yet who was satisfied with the shape of her thighs or the shape of her derriere. So they have all kinds of machines. They have inner thigh machines, outer thigh machines, upper thigh machines, lower thigh machines. Everybody uses the machines when the only thing they have to do is the squat. Now the squat is also known as the deep knee bend. Everybody hates them, but truly it's one of the best exercises that you can do. As you grow older, every 10 years from age 20, you lose about 7 pounds of muscle mass, and a lot of it is in the lower part of your body. That's why everybody you talk to has problems with their legs. And you could overcome these problems very, very quickly by doing the squats. And I have the world record for guys my age in the squat with 450 pounds. You put the weight on your back and you go down like this and you come back up. Going down is the easy part. The getting up part is the part that's difficult. Now, people have problems with that. Some people can't even get down to one without any weights. So to do this, you can start holding the back of your chair and go down what we used to call pliés, like this, for ballet class. And I used to have ballet class. In fact, every summer we do Swine Lake. And I'd get together, and instead of wearing a tutu, they'd give me a 4-4. But you keep getting lower, and you can control it by holding the back of your chair. Now, another little secret, you wondered why I was holding these boards. Well, you put these underneath your heels, and that helps your balance. We start off doing 15 repetitions. If you have extreme arthritis in your knees or have had knee surgery, it's a good idea to just start getting up and down from the chairs. Now, don't use your hands, but just stand up and down. So let's just start it, fellas. Okay? Up and down. Take your time. Up and down. And go down as far as you can. And strive for that. Keep your head up. Look straight ahead. Okay? This works on your cardiovascular system too, because after a while you start getting puffy. And you build this up slowly over a period of time where you're doing maybe 50 repetitions. Then you start and you can use a weight in your hand. Again, keep records. Start off with 15, the next time do 16, then 17. In a couple of months, you'll be doing how many? 30 or 40 repetitions, and I guarantee you'll have a better waistline, and it will also help very much such things as just walking, getting up and down from a chair without embarrassing yourself, and it leads to a lot more flexibility and keeps you from falling over, and we are all afraid of falling down. It gives you a lot more stability. Congratulations, you've done your best and you've made it completely through the workout. Now get a little bit of rest tomorrow and we'll get back to it and we'll see you in 2 days. Good health to you all. The purpose of Clyde Dahl's Golden Fitness Connection is to increase strength and flexibility as well as bone density and increase the rate of metabolism so there's less fat in your body, and this will enhance your self-esteem and your ability to walk and get up and down and do things for yourselves.
Progressive resistance exercises or weight training is the answer to combating the aging process. It is not just for the young, it is for everyone. As women get older and their bodies change, there is another threat called osteoporosis. Scientists have only recently recognized that the way to combat osteoporosis is through progressive resistance exercises or weight training.
Weightlifting in both men and women shows a marked benefit in the prevention of osteoporosis in the elderly. Studies have also shown that those individuals that are having powerlifting, so to speak, can get back to a so-called normal life much quicker than those individuals that are having passive therapy.
Aging happens to all of us. You can't really stop the clock, but you can do something about it. Progressive resistance exercises.
Much of what we call aging is really the accumulation of a lifetime of inactivity and poor nutrition. If that's true, it means that this aging process is not only preventable but quite reversible. And programs such as this one, programs that really enhance the capability of older people to exercise, really hold the promise of enhancing independence and decreasing the level of dependence of many senior citizens.
Clyde Dahl's Golden Fitness Connection can give you the strength to free yourself from many of the problems associated with aging. The number of those with osteoporosis and arthritis who have improved their lives through Clyde Dahl's strength training is truly remarkable.
I'm 94 years old, and I go to work in a store every day. I own a business in town. Well, I had an accident a couple of years ago with a fall, and I hurt my shoulder. And coming to these exercise classes has relieved some of the pain. In fact, I think it helps a lot, because most of the time I don't have any pain anymore.
So when I came over here, no one had ever told me that exercise would help arthritis. My doctor didn't mention it. Nobody did. But I learned that the inn had exercise classes, And I started with the chair exercises and enjoyed those very much. And then I heard about Clyde's class and got permission from my doctor to do that. And almost immediately there was an improvement. There was a change because he would concentrate on the places where it was worse, which was my shoulders and neck. I like the other class. It's very nice. It's called It Limbers You Up for the day. And I do some of those in my room, just copying it, but it doesn't take the place of the weightlifting.
Well, early last year I had a broken hip, and the doctors did a good job for me, but it left me walking with a cane, and the doctors had said they knew about Clyde Dahl's program, and it would help me to come there, and so with his help I don't use a cane anymore, and I've improved a whole lot. In addition to the actual exercises, it's a lot of fun. And in fact, Clyde is known for having corny jokes, and we always enjoy Clyde's corny jokes, and they help to make the program just plain enjoyable.
The back of your arm, and that's what flops around.
Backing up my car out of my driveway used to be quite difficult. My neck hurt, and it was stiff, and I would have to turn my whole body to back out. Now, after exercising with Clyde, I can turn my head, no problem, and I'm off to the grocery store.
No matter what your age, you can improve the quality of your life through progressive resistance exercises. That is what the Golden Fitness Connection is all about. Many start off with soup cans and build strength from there. This program is fun, can be done in a small group or in the privacy of your own home. It's cost-effective, and most importantly, you get noticeable results. Results based on your personal goals. Find strength with Clyde Dahl's Golden Fitness Connection. Weight training by a senior for seniors.